For the first time, Ukraine's President Zelenskyy is saying Russia can't wage war without North Korean reinforcements. Local officials say at least 6 people are dead and 19 others injured after a Russian attack on Zaporizhia overnight. Zelenskyy says Russia used North Korean ballistic missiles in that attack. And now he says every step Russia takes shows it's preparing for escalation, not peace. ABC News national security and defense analyst Mick Mulroy is here for more on all that. Hi, Mick. What role are North Korean troops and weapons playing in this war? And what do you make of Zelensky's claim that Russia can't fight without them?
So, Dan, it's substantial and it's increasing. It's clear the Russians have a casualty issue. The amount of casualties they are losing to take relatively insignificant terrain is astounding. And now they need more troops. They can't even clear their prisons fast enough to keep up with the losses. And there's also a massive manufacturing effort in North Korea that's, of course, out of the range of the Ukrainians as they get more and more deep into Russian territory. I mean, there's some estimates that about 50% of the artillery rounds that Russia's firing come from being manufactured in North Korea. So this is a significant contribution, and I think President Zelenskyy is really focusing on it because he is doing everything he can, and his country is, to mitigate the threat coming out of Russia. But they can't mitigate the threat coming out of North Korea. So that's going to need some more political and diplomatic efforts and potentially even economic efforts to be able to make any kind of change there.
Zelenskyy says the more North Korea works with Russia, the more dangerous they become. How much does North Korea's collaboration with Russia put Japan, South Korea, and other countries in the region at risk?
So the Ukrainian battlefield has become a testing ground for every kind of modern development of warfare. So it's going to get the benefit of that, and of course, it's going to also get Russia's complete cooperation should anything happen in that theater in the Indo-Pacific involving North Korea. I would assume that they would have a complete cooperation from Russia, and they would be able and willing to provide the type of manufacturing capability in the future should North Korea need that for its any kind of conflict that it would get into. And we can see that has become a big issue, is keeping up with the level of manufacturing and production needed in modern warfare. We're seeing the United States even have issues with that, with the defensive interceptors and the precision strike munitions. So this is a significant development. They've obviously been allies for a long period of time, but this just strengthened both countries when it comes to that cooperation and the need to be each other's back or have each other's back if they have these conflicts like the one currently going on in Ukraine.
And Mick, meanwhile, Russia's barring an anti-war party from its upcoming elections. What does that tell you about how much pressure Putin is under? And how do you think that affects his strategy?
So it indicates they have a lot of pressure. They've obviously lost over 1 million of their own people, their citizens, and a whole generation of males essentially getting wiped out right now. So you can see why there'd be considerable effort to stop the war. And him, by blocking this party, was just known for being anti-war, indicates he can't deal with that in an actual election. It's not a democracy, but this makes it even easier for him to make sure that he and his people stay in power.
All right, Mick Mulroy, thank you.